Portal giveth, Washington's success in the transfer era. Imagine a world where the college football landscape shifts dramatically every December, leaving teams scrambling to rebuild their rosters just as they should be focusing on their gain. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's our reality. But here's where it gets controversial. Washington's athletic director, Pat Chun, is spearheading a movement that could change the face of college football transfers. Chun is a vocal advocate for a single transfer portal window in the spring, a proposition that has sparked heated debates across the nation. Chun's vision isn't just a personal preference. It's a call to reconsider what's best for the game. Speaking to Yahoo Sports' Ross Dellinger in mid-June, Chun then continued his campaign with local media, emphasizing that the current December window disrupts the flow of college football. He further reinforced his stance on the Triple Option podcast, sharing his belief that a unified spring window would leave college football's postseason undisturbed, allowing teams to perform at their peak. Chun's message is so important that Washington Athletics shared it on their official Twitter account, even posting a video clip of his podcast appearance. Chun's question resonates deeply. Is the December and January transfer movement good for the game? As caretakers of college football, shouldn't we be asking if this principle aligns with our values? Jed Fish, the head coach of the University of Washington, echoes Chun's sentiments. While few would argue that conducting free agency during the postseason is ideal, a spring window presents its own set of challenges, particularly in terms of team building and preparation for the season. Coaches are accustomed to having their roster intact by January. Perhaps moving spring practices to the summer, similar to the NFL's OTAs, could alleviate some of these concerns. But let's take a step back and ask the bigger question. Is the transfer portal good for college football? While Chun's argument focuses on the December window, it's worth considering the portal's broader impact. The transfer portal has transformed the fortunes of many programs, for better or worse. For Washington, it's been a boon, with the team benefiting from the influx of talent. As we ponder the implications of the transfer portal, it's clear that the winter window is just the tip of the iceberg. The portal has reshaped the landscape of college football, for better or for worse. And this is the part most people miss. Controversial question. Is the transfer portal a necessary evil, or is it time for a complete overhaul? Share your thoughts in the comments below. NCAA transfer portal revamp needed, says American Conference Commissioner. The American Conference's football commissioner, Tim Pernetti, has voiced strong concerns regarding the current state of the NCAA transfer portal, suggesting it is in dire need of reform. Just last December, as the final bowl game invitations for the 2024 postseason were being announced, the Army football team found itself in a precarious situation, lacking an opponent to cap off their remarkable season. The Black Knights, who had clinched the American Conference title, were set to compete against the Sun Belt champion, Marshall, in the Independence Bowl. However, on the very day of this announcement, Marshall experienced a sudden coaching change, which triggered a mass exodus of players into the NCAA transfer portal. As a result of not having enough players to form a competitive team, Marshall opted out of the bowl game, leading to a hefty $100,000 fine imposed by the Sun Belt Conference for their withdrawal. Fortunately for Army, the Independence Bowl Committee quickly sought out Louisiana Tech, a local team, to step in for the December 28th matchup in Shreveport, even though they had a losing record. The Black Knights ultimately triumphed in a game, winning 27-6. Fast forward 8 months, and the fallout from this chaotic situation continues to resonate within the football community, largely attributed to the poorly timed transfer portal schedule. For the 2024 season, the winter transfer window was set from December 9th to 28th, while the spring window was scheduled for April 16th to 25th. This tiling was particularly problematic, as the winter window fell right between the conclusion of the regular season and the bowl games, while the spring window opened just after most college spring games had already taken place. Pernetti raised a critical question. Why is there a transfer portal window between the end of the season and the bowl games? He expressed his concerns, stating the current structure poses a significant threat to the integrity of the game, undermining team culture and the efforts of coaches to build cohesive programs. The constant movement of student athletes diminishes their commitment and the genuine advantages of participating in collegiate athletics. We need to establish a single transfer portal window at a more suitable time of the year. In a twist of irony, shortly after the bowl announcement, Army lost their standout running back, Kanye Udo, to the transfer portal, as he signed with Arizona State just a week before the Independence Bowl. Earlier this year, coaches from the Football Bowl subdivision voted in favor of a proposal that would create a single 10-day transfer period in January. Pernetti firmly believes that student athletes should have the freedom to transfer once without restrictions, akin to the previous regulations. He stated, "Coaches change, family circumstances evolve, and it's only fair. However, any subsequent transfers should potentially require a waiting period of 1 year." The rapid expansion of the transfer portal has dramatically altered the landscape of college football, compelling coaches to re-recruit their own players, while also searching for new talent to fill gaps. Army's head coach, Jeff Monken, humorously remarked, "Not being able to secure a player with a long-term contract forces you to adapt every year." Institutions like Army, Navy, and Air Force face unique challenges in the recruiting arena, often losing players to the portal rather than gaining them, as prospective candidates must secure congressional appointments and meet rigorous academic standards. Monken noted, "Players have always had the option to leave West Point before their junior year, and that hasn't changed. However, what has shifted is the allure of financial incentives, making it more tempting for them to leave." In addition to Udo, Army has also seen players like Ilo Moduzi transfer to Georgia, wide receiver Isaiah Olfin to Iowa State, and running back Anthony Adkins to UCLA. Rising junior cornerback Jaden Mays briefly entered the portal but later withdrew and has since been reinstated to the Army roster. Monken concluded, "What's different now is that players can leave for financial reasons, which adds a new layer of temptation." What are your thoughts on the current transfer portal system? Do you agree with Pernetti's call for reform, or do you believe the existing structure serves its purpose? Share your opinions in the comments.